for some fresh food fixes. So Shoana's going to join us with the best ways to keep your food the freshest for the longest. And I think this is great because if you're spending your money on the food and food is not cheap,
yes,
keep it fresh for as long as you can so you're not wasting and throwing stuff out.
Not wasting.
Yeah.
And like, one thing I really want to get across, other than, you know, the tips, is buying the bigger amount for the same amount of money as maybe a smaller amount isn't always the best thing to do if you're going to throw half of it out.
Right.
Like, you don't have to go and buy the bulk size of something, I don't know, nuts.
Like almonds.
Like
they
almonds,
go rancid,
for example.
right?
They do. And so, you know, if you're only going to eat half of them, you're throwing them out, you're not saving any money, you're wasting food, you're making the earth, like, there's so many bad things about that.
Totally.
So really understand what you're buying, and yeah, it's tempting when it's the same price. You always want more value for your dollar, but it's not if you're going to throw it out. So I really will stress people to think about it.
Yes, save that mentality for your toilet paper.
Oh, absolutely.
You're going to need it all. You're going to need it.
Yeah, there's zero chance you're not going to need that. So let's start with storing nuts.
Yes.
So again, I actually do buy my nuts in large bags
quantities?
because I do consume a lot of them. My husband and I do.
Yeah.
But if you take a long time, you know, eating your nuts, even if whatever amount you buy, you should be storing most nuts in the refrigerator. And a lot of them, I know. Have you ever opened up a bag of nuts or container of nuts that's been in your cupboard for a long time and smelled them, and they smell like paint?
They've gone off.
They're rancid. Yeah. They're actually bad. They've gone bad. It's because the oil. There's a lot of oils in nuts. That's why they're good for us.
Okay.
Among other things, there could be magnesium and calcium and things like that, like there is in almonds. But that's why they're good for us. And oils turn.
Yeah.
And if they're in warm heat or warm environments or in light, there's lots of reasons, right?
Okay.
So same thing about, speaking of oils, you don't have to buy the big thing of olive oil. Just buy what you use. So store your nuts in the fridge. Almonds, walnuts, things like that. Yeah.
Okay.
Your leafy greens.
Yes.
You must store these in the produce drawers.
Yes.
You know those magical little clear drawers in your refrigerator that everybody just shoves everything in and you don't know what to do? It's for leafy greens, and there's those little slider settings that are on most of them. Put it to the humidity one. It needs the humidity. We're going to do a lesson on the anatomy of a refrigerator, I think. I think that's something, because most people don't know what all those little thingamabobs in your fridge do. You throw your wine and your milk in there and you greens and you call it a day. Yeah. I know, I've been there. When it comes to your flours and your sugars, so don't store your flour in the paper bag.
Okay.
That it comes in. It's good they come in a paper bag. Recycle it, hopefully, in your area. But you want this in an airtight, your flour's in an airtight container.
Oh, really?
And you want them in a darker place. That's like, you know, where the pantry life or in a cupboard or in a drawer. It's not so great to be a clear one sitting out in your counter.
Yes.
The most important is the airtight. Okay. And then try and go somewhere dark.
I've been doing that wrong.
Yeah, that's all right. That's all right. That's why we learn. Then sugar. Same thing in airtight. Most importantly, brown sugar, you know, the stone that ends up being inside the jar. Yeah, don't put it in the plastic. You want it in here. Now, this needs moisture. These are not new, but I am surprised how many people don't know about them. These are these little ceramic discs. You buy them for like $5 or something. Yeah. You soak it in water. They're made of terracotta, and you throw it in the brown sugar container, and it will be as soft as sand all day.
Oh, it keeps it sugary rather than rock.
Right. There's a thing about putting a piece of apple in that, and it does the same thing. Apple brats, no thank you. Okay. Eggs, here's a shocker. Pretty egg holder. We want to buy this. We want this in our fridge. No. If your eggs sit for a long time in your refrigerator, if you're slow to eat them, they can actually absorb odors. So you put your eggs in this beside a half-cut onion.
Okay.
And
keep it in the box.
Make cookies with it. So keep it in the container, preferably cardboard, because that'll absorb those odors.
Oh, good.
Yep.
They're in the perfect container.
Bread.
Yes.
So bread, we're talking counter stable bread.
Yeah.
Freezer is always a great place. The freezer doesn't make the bread worse. No. Take out the piece at a time or 2 pieces or whatever you need. Okay. Throw it in the toaster. That way it doesn't go moldy and you're not, you know, having to throw out half a loaf of bread or something. Okay. Totally different if you're dealing with fresh bakery type bread. Totally. Because that's not stable. It doesn't have the preservatives and things to keep it fresh. Okay. And lastly, herbs. The bane of everyone's existence. Yes. There's great herb keepers out here, but you know what the absolute golden ticket is, and it's really easy? Grab any kind of a container, a mason jar, what have you. You pour a little bit of water in the bottom of it. Think of it like flowers. Yeah. Okay? And then you just tuck the herbs in. Yeah. If the lid fits on it, great. If it doesn't, a little bit of cellophane or something, and you pop that in the fridge if it's hardy.
And it's perfect.
It is. And if it's something like basil where it's a little bit gentle, you want to rip off the ends just like flowers. Yeah. Put it in, a little bit of water in the bottom, and you're good to go. It'll last for days.
Upgrade in water. Good stuff. Shoana, thank you.